return trip back to San Antonio. I took a different route through New Mexico. I wanted to see more of New Mexico, and I'm glad I did. It only adds, I think, 26 to 30 minutes to longer to the 12-hour trip, so what the hell, right? And this area where I'm traveling through is just wide open plain ranch country. It's very westerny looking, I guess. A lot of cattle seems to be the main business here. I can see why they have the flat ground grasslands to do it. I didn't know after my Colorado trip if I was going to videotape anymore, but I think I'm gonna do this first video, this introduction first, just in case it turns out to be something more. The car doesn't go back till Thursday, so I just want to get as much adventure. I was planning on driving just straight through to San Antonio, 12 hours back, and but I wanted to find something along the way. I Googled it, and I really couldn't find anything that I was that interested in, or to divert from this route. But so far it's been very pleasant. There's no mountains per se, but beautiful in its own way. I'm gonna turn it around so you can watch it for a little longer. Distance. Looks like to be, I don't know, Black Angus maybe? Who knows? What do I know about cows? The mountains are off to my right, which would be the west. To my left would be east, and we're heading south. Mexico Plainlands. This is a different New Mexico that I saw last year when I was traveling. I went to Albuquerque and stayed there for a month, which is like a desert mountain range kind of place. It's funny because at the bottom of the mountain is just plain desert, nothing, just desert. And then as soon as you get to the mountains, the vegetation starts to grow up higher in the tree lines. I guess because they get more rain up there, or snow, or whatever, and it sustains that atmosphere there. But this part of New Mexico reminds me a lot of the Panhandle of Texas. Just a little, maybe a little greener. I don't know. Yeah, I think those are Black Angus mixed in with some, I don't know, brown cows, Herefords. Anyway, let's see how this turns out. This isn't exactly what I was talking about. This small road. I came into this town to get gas in New Mexico, and I came across this cool old gas station, Roy Fuel Stop. You can see it's a nice little quaint little filling station. I don't even think it's manned. There's nobody in there. It's just an empty building. Wow. This town is so quiet. I guess it's called Roy. Just looking at that water tower over there. But I'm not sure. And it doesn't really matter. It's just another stop along the road back to San Antonio. You know, as I'm driving, I'm thinking about road trips. And this is like really the first road trip, solo trip I've taken since I was in my 20s, I guess. And I'm glad I did. Because at one time I was debating where to fly and to rent a car, but then I would have missed all this. And it's worth the extra day or so to get that tied in to the main destination. So I guess I have a new appreciation for road trips, at least for now. I know in my youth, when my parents would take me out on a road trip, I didn't really enjoy it. We lived in Mississippi. We lived a bunch of different places, but the one I remember vividly is Mississippi. And I don't remember how many hours. It probably was a good 10 hours, maybe more. Maybe the same distance as what I'm traveling now. And I hated it. And I would just sit in the back of the car, sleeping, waking up, asking the same question. How much further? Are we there yet? The classic question, are we there yet? I see a little town in the distance. I don't know if I should stop. I'm almost at half tank. Guess I could put some gas in it. Well, I'm in this town, Mosquero.
Take the next left onto 3rd Street, then turn left onto Cedar Street.
Mosquero, whatever that means. I don't know. Mosca, I don't know. But I turned around. That's why the GPS keeps telling me. And just look at all the art that's on these buildings.
Take the next left onto 2nd Street, then turn left onto Cedar Street.
Anyway, let me check it here. Check out that. This must be their downtown area. It's a very small town. I don't know, maybe 500 people. I don't know. Let me drive along. Let me turn around. And you'll see what I'm talking about. Check out the masonry on that building. It's very old-timey. And you can see there's that. Every building is painted up. I think they're trying to draw the people to stop.
Continue on New Mexico 39 south for 49 miles.
There even a sign that shows. Oh, look at this. There's a map where we're at. Canyon Dinosaur Freeway. Oh, we're on the Dinosaur Freeway? I didn't even know that. And then check out this over here. I don't know. This is something to do with Hispanics. This looks, oh, it's a Hispanic style building. Check it out. Courthouse. Oh, there's a sign for public bathrooms, which is pretty cool. They just want you to pull over. And look at that. Let me drive some more. Oh, look, green stamps. I remember green stamps. My mom used to collect them. And there's some more of this artwork. And it's just really cool. That's a market. Look at this place over here. I think it's called, look at that. Look at all the detail on that. That's for the fire department. This old building. And then this place, Frank's place. Huh. Well, what other treasures lie ahead? This look like we're dropping in elevation from one plateau to the next, from one plains down to the next. I thought I was done with this kind of stuff, and we already had broken that type of terrain, but we're dropping in elevation and we're going around some steep curves. So it went from like this flat open straight line. Look at that. Look how far you can see, but we're dropping and dropping. That's where I just came down from that plane. As you can see it in the distance, that's like one level, and now we're dropping a couple 100 feet down onto the next plateau, I guess. I don't know what other word to call it. Interesting. I've never seen this type of just where the one plane just drops off and the other one starts. Just keeps on dropping. Look at that. Kind of looks like Texas Hill Country there. I compare a lot of things to Texas just because that's what I'm used to. Down, down, down. We're up to 78 degrees. It's 11:55, July 28th, 2020. All right. Guess we're down to the next level. Let's pick up some speed. Okay, well, it's a railroad crossing. There's the engine, not too far ahead. I'm gonna take it off the stand here. We're still in New Mexico. I didn't catch the name of the town that we're in. I haven't seen this kind of trains in a while. Kind of new. I remember seeing them a long time ago, but I can't see the end of this train. Put it in park. I think I'm about to leave New Mexico to go into Texas. I was looking for alternate routes, and it would add about an hour and take me through I think Amarillo and then on to, I can't say it, Abilene, god darn it. I don't know if I want to go that route, if I want to add a whole hour. I'm hoping that this route here will produce some more treasures. No end in sight. It's interesting looking at the different graffiti as it passes through here. What I've noticed about this area, even in Colorado Springs and in Pueblo, a lot of train stations. It's not so much in Texas no more that I can recall seeing, even trains in general. There used to be a train by my house. It went away. But over here, they still got trains. And big stations. I mean, huge train stations. It's still a viable means of transportation. Looks like a worker left his hard hat on the pole. Or is that a cross? Is that a cross? I don't know. It was a hard hat and a reflective vest. Oh look, they have an engine in the middle of the train. That's how big this train is. It has all those engines. Because there was 2 in the front, and there's 2 more right there. Let's open the window so you can hear them. I know for some of y'all it might be boring, but for me it's like I just haven't seen too many trains in a while, so it's kind of new to me. I had a friend text me last night. He saw my video and said, "You're such a dork." Yeah, I do geek out on certain things, but to each their own, huh? What I've noticed on this trip, a lot of campers and expedition vehicles, it's like, you know, I would like to do that for a while, travel when I can retire and enjoy my life, my simpler life. Maybe, I don't know about simpler, but just enjoy stuff like this just for a while. You know, eventually get old, but it would be nice. I can see the end. You know what? I don't see a caboose. I think the days of the caboose is gone, because I guess technology or whatever doesn't require the men to be in the back to do certain things. So therefore, you don't need to have that little house in the back of the train. That was cool. I remember one time a train stopped by my house, because there used to be a train track there in my hometown, Kennedy. And they were stopped, and there was a caboose, and there was a man standing out on the back of it. And me and my cousin were young, and we asked him if, you know, about the caboose, and he invited us in the caboose. And we looked around. It was pretty plain inside, but it had the place to sleep. I guess a little bathroom maybe, I don't remember. But I remember, wow, that might be fairly neat. Just things I think of. Some of this graffiti is, these guys have some talent. I mean, to do that with a spray can and just you know, it's pretty cool. So I don't know if I'm going to stop in Lubbock. I'm thinking about stopping in Lubbock and looking at the Buddy Holly statue, but we'll see. I guess it's time to hit the road. So just noticing another elevation change, like I went up again. That sign up there says Cap Rock elevation 4,000. Well, I can't make it out. 4,900. Is that right? So another terrain change. Seems to be another plateau. We're rising back up again from coming down, heading into Texas. And I guess it's a good place for a wind farm because they're all over the place here. And you can see the plains that I was on for 100 miles or more down below. Well, I'm back on the road. I was just thinking about it. I never mentioned what road I'm on. I'm 469 New Mexico, heading south almost to the Texas border. So I should be getting close. I haven't really checked my map, but just in case somebody's wondering, or just for I can document what road I'm on. Anyway, I thought maybe somebody would want that information. I just stopped to take a photo of this building. Abandoned buildings. I like abandoned buildings. And I think to turn more. And there's an old combine in the back too. Old combine, little one. There's a house right behind me that people might live in, or else I might be tempted to go exploring. And it's a large building in the middle of this place, and I don't see why that would exist, or what was its original purpose. But it was something, I don't know. Oh well. So I pulled over in Clovis, New Mexico at this Love truck stops. I like truck stops. They always got some neat stuff in there, trucker stuff. And I almost bought a walking stick and a power inverter. Like I really need another walking stick that I don't even use the ones I have. Matter of fact, I brought a walking stick with me and didn't use it. But I have a thing for walking sticks. But I did find a straight razor. I've been looking for one of these, and I got me a straight razor so I can trim up my beard better. More train just outside of Clovis. Well, I'm here in Lubbock, Texas, visiting the son of Lubbock, Buddy Holly. As some of y'all may know, he was a rock and roll legend. Died in an airplane crash with, I think, the Big Bopper, if my memory serves me right. And I've always liked the image of Buddy Holly and his famous iconic sunglasses. I don't know all the history of Buddy Holly, but I know he was a rock and roll legend, and he died tragically. Buddy Holly contributed to the music heritage of not only West Texas, but the entire world. As a musician and composer, it is significant that his first plaque on the Walk of Fame bear his name. The citizens of Lubbock pay tribute to and honor their native son. And on this wall, there's many. There's Wayne Jennings, Mac Davis, Jimmy Dean, and some that I don't recognize. The Gatlin brothers, Roy Orbison. Let me see who else. And more recently, the Hometown Boys. I guess these are Texas people that are been inducted to this Wall of Fame. Tanya Tucker. A lot of these I don't recognize. Josh Abbott. I saw him in Albuquerque last year. I guess in what this whole area is to honor those from Texas and the contributions they made. But Buddy is the one that this area is named for. I don't know if I'm going to do any more on this particular video because I'm heading to an area where it's desolate to get back to San Antonio, and I'm getting tired. I've been on the road this morning since Colorado Springs, and I'll have to do a Google search and see what else is on the way. So let's see what the road entails. So right across the street from the statue is the Buddy Holly Center. It's closed, I'm sure, due to COVID. But over here, they have the iconic sunglasses. Made out of pure steel, looks like it's heavy. Let me go knock on it. Yeah, it's made out of steel. Buddy Holly, rest in peace. And it just so happens that I actually use a pair of glasses that are similar to Buddy Holly. So I'm just as cool. Looks like I'm driving right into the storm. Just on the outskirts of Lubbock. And just about now I'm going to hit it, looks like. A while ago I was watching it, there was some pretty big lightnings going on. Wonder how long this storm's gonna last. If I can drive through it relatively quickly. GPS says I have about almost 5 hours left. This is gonna slow me down. I don't slow down with it. Well, I don't know what was that about. It'll start up again. again. Here it goes. All right, onward bound. Well, the rain has gotten significantly heavy. This is a 75 mile per hour zone, and I'm doing 48. I can see some clearing up ahead. Well, I'm in Sweetwater, Texas. I'm about, what, 2.5 hours away, maybe almost 3 hours away. I don't know for sure. It is, I forget what time. It's like 7:20 or something like that. Got me some mixed nuts, and of course my Diet Coke Zero. They didn't have that in the fountain drink. You know, one of the observations that I've made on this trip, the smaller the town, the less likely you are going to see face mask. I myself had COVID, and luckily I didn't have too hard of a time with it. But I had a friend of mine, he passed away from it. So, yeah, that's why you're more likely to catch COVID when they say that minorities catch it more, or economically challenged people. It's the culture itself. Well, let's just roll again. Rainbow at the end of the trail. That's a good sign. Well, I was hoping to make a stop at Stonehenge, but it got dark, and the Google said it was closed. But anyway, I am exactly 1 hour away, according to my phone, from being home. It was a good trip, and see you next time.